Aloha, it's Kiana, and here are today's top Hawaii headlines from the editors at the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Also, huge mahalo to Longstrugs Hawaii for sponsoring the show. Head on over to your nearest Longstrugs for all your shopping needs. The ability of the public and news media to monitor the radio communications of taxpayer-funded first responders ended Tuesday. The city recently completed encrypting its radio communications and replaced them with periodic email updates available only to the news media. The $15 million system overhaul was ordered by the previous administration of Honolulu Mayor Kurt Caldwell. Honolulu Mayor Rick Blangiardi told the Honolulu Star-Advertiser that the city has no plans to restore access to the communications that document real-time responses to emergencies and calls for police, fire, or emergency medical services. Interim Honolulu Police Chief Roddy Vanek told the Star-Advertiser in a statement that HPD's email notification system was launched when the department finished transitioning to the new radio system. He says the general public cannot sign up to receive the email alerts of police activity, just the news media. The precedent sets for police transparency is concerning, according to Jeffrey S. Portnoy. He is an attorney at Cage Schutz who represents the Star-Advertiser in First Amendment proceedings. Portnoy says the switch to email alerts is unsatisfactory and demonstrates a desire to limit information that has been and should continue to be available on a timely basis. The city said in an email that the P25 system is safer and more reliable. Meanwhile, some mainland police jurisdictions have made the P25 radio traffic available to news media outlets. Hawaii lawmakers are considering measures that would support raising thousands of teachers' salaries to more accurately reflect their years of service. Osa Tui Jr. is president of the Hawaii State Teachers Association. Tui Jr. says the pandemic has pushed many teachers to the max. Many educators feel they are lacking adequate pay with the challenges of teaching during the pandemic, along with inflation and Hawaii's cost of living. About 8,700 of Hawaii's 13,500 public and charter school teachers are underpaid by $7,700 to $26,000 when their years of experience are taken into account, according to a union analysis. The Senate Education Committee estimates it would cost the state about $94 million to close those salary gaps and provide matching employment benefits. Education officials and the union agree that retaining veteran teachers is crucial because they bring critical skills from years or decades in the classroom. They don't want the chronic teacher shortage to worsen. The State Education Department recently reported 886 teacher vacancies. State Schools Interim Superintendent Keith Hayashi says he personally knows longtime teachers and administrators worn out by the pandemic. He has submitted testimony to the legislature emphasizing the importance of adjusting teacher salaries. The State Board of Education voted Thursday to support fixing the salary compression problem. Lawmakers in both the House and Senate are considering legislation to adjust teachers' salaries. A 77-year-old man has died from injuries he suffered in a collision involving two cars in Kaneohe on Sunday. Honolulu police say the 77-year-old man driving a Mercedes exited Hawaiian Memorial Park Cemetery and attempted to cross Haliko Road intersection. The Mercedes was then struck by a Toyota truck traveling northbound on Kamehameha Highway at about 4:15 in the afternoon. The Mercedes driver was taken in critical condition to the hospital where he later died. His identity has not yet been released. The 70-year-old woman who was a passenger in the Mercedes was taken to the hospital in good condition. The driver of the Toyota truck, a 46-year-old man, was taken to the hospital in good condition. Police say the occupants of both cars were wearing seatbelts at the time of the crash. Police say speed, drugs, and alcohol do not appear to be contributing factors in the collision at this time. The investigation is ongoing. This is the 8th traffic fatality on Oahu this year, compared to 5 at the same time last year. The on-time graduation rate at the University of Hawaii at Manoa last year reached its highest level in history. According to data released by the university, 39.7% of first-time, full-time freshmen earned their degrees in 4 years. That's more than double the rate from 10 years earlier. In 2011, UH Manoa's four-year graduation rate was 18.6%. That's according to a report from the Manoa Institutional Research Office. The other 9 UH campuses across the state also reported records graduation and retention metrics for the academic year 2020 to 21. That was the first full academic year affected by the coronavirus pandemic. UH spokesman Dan Meisenzahl says the improved graduation rates are attributed to 2 decades of concentrated efforts to advise and support students better so they stay on track for timely graduation. A public school counselor in Ewa Beach has received national recognition. Nicole Blomberg is a counselor at Pohakea Elementary School. She has been named the 2022 Hawaii Counselor of the Year by the American School Counselor Association. Blomberg has been a counselor at Pohakea since 2006. She is credited with helping to pull the community together through a monthly virtual Read Aloud book nook. She reminds people of the importance of kindness and perseverance, especially in difficult times. She also created the school's Check and Connect attendance program, providing mentors to students who have challenges. Blomberg joined other winners earlier this month at an award ceremony in Washington, D.C. The award recognizes counseling professionals in elementary, middle, and high schools across the nation for their devotion to the academic and career success of their students, along with their social, emotional well-being. For more on these stories and all the latest headlines, subscribe to the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Visit Hawaii's top source for breaking news online at staradvertiser.com and download the Star-Advertiser mobile app. Mahalo, have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.